Hi, I'm Jonathan Taylor-Cummings.
And I'm Andrea Taylor-Cummings.
And together, we've been working with relationships for over 25 years now. Some of you may have seen our TEDx talk on the 4 habits of all successful relationships and the importance of being equipped to deal with the inevitable challenges that relationships will face, whether at work or at home. Now, obviously, under COVID-19 lockdown, this now brings the message into very sharp focus, which probably explains why the talk has already crossed 1 million views and is still climbing.
Now, of course, you'll be aware that broken relationships cost hugely. You may have heard that workplace conflict in the UK costs upwards of £33 billion a year, and that a lot of this conflict is caused by differences in personalities and work styles where people simply just don't understand each other. Intuitively, we know that where relationships are strong, teams find a way to make things happen. But where relationships are broken, people often find ways to block things. And of course, under lockdown, that's just going to be exacerbated, and it will make it even tougher for people to connect and support each other in a virtual environment.
Absolutely. But that's just one side of the story, because now that work and home have effectively collided under one roof, home relationships are being tested like never before. And that is going to have an impact on workplace productivity because the two are inextricably linked. The link crystallized for us in conversations that we've been having around performance in the boardroom as a result of various executive team members having challenges in their home relationships.
So we did a piece of research, a YouGov research, to look at this impact of domestic relationship breakdown on productivity in the workplace. And here's what we found. High earners with household incomes over £100,000 are 3.5 times more likely to experience significant challenges in their domestic relationships. And when they do, their performance suffers. Over 40% of these high earners responding said they were more distracted and less productive on the job because of challenges in their domestic relationships, and often the challenges at home were caused by the stresses and demands of work. So this vicious cycle of work impacting home and home impacting work has never been more real.
Absolutely. Now, while COVID-19 is of course a disaster on so many levels, if there is any silver lining to the cloud, it is that it highlights the importance of focusing on relationships both at work and at home, and the need for a proactive solution if we're to have any chance of addressing the challenges both to organizational bottom lines but also to people's emotional health and well-being. So the obvious question then is, what can we do?
Well, that's what we've been thinking about, because when it comes to relationships, most people would say that home and work are best kept apart, and that's certainly how we've treated it up until now. But as boundaries become even more blurred between home and work, it's clear that we need a more joined up and proactive approach. Rather than the current reactive approach of waiting until relationships go bad before offering mediation or counseling, we need to get better at equipping people up front to do relationships well. To borrow your phrase, your favorite phrase from medical science, what we need are better fences at the top of cliffs rather than just more ambulances waiting at the bottom.
So what does it mean then to be proactive? Well, our 4 Habits workshops equip leaders and their teams to navigate the challenges that tend to derail most relationships. And of course, we'd be delighted to share more information on that. However, to address the heart of the issues that people will be facing in their relationships under lockdown, we've put together a series of 3 60-minute online live seminars. So Andrew, why don't you talk about those?
Sure. So the first webinar helps people manage those inevitable irritations and frustrations in home relationships so they can remain productive while maintaining strong, healthy, emotional connections as they live and work up close and personal during lockdown. The second webinar helps managers and their teams strengthen relationships, understand each other's work styles and preferences better so they can build trust and generally support each other's well-being in this new virtual environment. And the third webinar helps people reimagine a more sustainable work-life balance and establish healthy boundaries for life in the new normal, but also beyond.
Yeah, well, now none of this is rocket science, but it is about supporting people through the pressure points that they're going to be facing now, by equipping them really to do the fundamentals of relationships really well. If any of this resonates with you and you'd like to find out more, then please do visit our website at the4habits.com. We'd love to talk with you about our equipping workshops or our COVID-19 response webinars, so please do get in touch.
Now listen, relationships are under pressure like never before. and the stakes are really high. So, as Churchill said, this is no longer about doing our best, it's about doing whatever is necessary to succeed. We can help you meet these challenges head on, and for that, we look forward to speaking with you soon.